Happy Thursday, Stampers and Paper Crafters. This is Facebook Live number 501. It is Thursday, July 9th, 2026. My name is Joy Borwedge, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live in Burnsville, Minnesota, and I have been a demonstrator since August of 1999. That's a long time. 27 years next month. My goodness. Sorry I was late. I was eating dinner and it took me longer to eat it than I thought it would. And I'm going to put you down at the table in just a second. If you get motion sickness or anything like that, look away and I'll let you know when I am done messing around with the camera. So hold on. So hopefully you have had a chance to enjoy this week. I have been off on a staycation and I've been prepping for the events that are coming up. Now, I'm not like one of those big demonstrators that have people. I don't have people. I have me. And, okay, so I'm just going to enlarge that a little bit. And I think we're good. Okay. Yeah, so I have me. And I got all the virtual stuff done. Okay, now I think I'm done messing around with the camera. So I have been, I got all the virtual kits ready to go. And now I am working on the in-person events. And so I just got done die cutting everything for one of the cards. So I'm good. So again, my name is Joy Borwedge. I have an Instagram page at Stampin' for Joy. My YouTube page is Joy A. Borwedge. I have an online store, stampinforjoy.stampinup.net. So you can place your orders anytime you want, 24/7. penguinz33@outlook.com is my email. So if you do not have a demonstrator that you're working with, I could send you one of these, and this is the current catalog that we have. Now, Stampin' Up! Has a new program in place that just started, and so we are going to go with 3 calendars 3 times a year. And so each calendar, 3 catalogs 3 times a year. And so what that means is that each catalog lasts 4 months. So the next one that comes out is in August. So if you have placed an order with me within the since last year, say January, gosh darn it, January of 2025, and then up to the time that it takes for me to, they usually give us a time frame that it needs to be in by. And so if you have placed an order with me by that time, I will send you a catalog automatically. Hi, Tina, welcome. And, excuse me, I was eating my dinner so fast that I kind of inhaled something on the wrong tube. So if you see me kind of catching my throat, that's what it is. So I'm sorry about that. And so if you don't have a demonstrator, I'd be happy to mail you out a catalog. So that is one place that you could look to place your orders. Another item that is in the online store. So it's in a drop-down menu, and you can hit the online exclusives. And so what's available for that online exclusive shows up right there. Now, if it's something that says unorderable, that means, and it's in red, that it means it's going to come back. It's going to be restocked. Now, if you see something and it ends up, say, on the last chance list, now that's where supplies are while supplies lasts. And actually, supplies are while they last, online exclusives as well. So they can run out. Now, excuse me, so the last chance items are also discounted up to 60%. So check that out. And then we have something that's going on. This is just kind of one of those cute sweets that belongs to the online exclusives, and this is a stamp set that the suite is just way too cute. I don't have it, but I'm like this close to getting it. And then Stampin' Up! Is having a craft class, and it is called the Pretty Poinsettia. And if you purchase the Pretty Poinsettia craft class, which is 171477, you will get invited to an exclusive Facebook page. And then we'll give you the cutting measurements so that once the class is available on the 16th of July, then you will put the projects together along with one of the Stampin' Up's experts that put this class together. Now, the Poinsettia bundle is 168147. So if you don't have that, get that. And get a start on your Christmas card making. And then one of the things I like about this is that if you purchase this, you can go and revisit that Facebook page. So if you're not available on the 16th to watch it live, you can go back and watch it on demand later. So and then it ends up, I think, on a YouTube page. I don't remember. I did take the Traditions of Christmas last year, and I loved it. So it was a lot of fun. Okay, then I don't know what happened to my sheet, but I think maybe it didn't print. The product of the month is a really pretty begonia. I have to go back and reprint it. It's a really pretty begonia stamp set, and it's only $5 for the month of July when you have an order that is $75 or more. And if you reach that threshold, you'll see a banner that says, "Would you like to purchase this for only $5?" And it's great. And again, it's while supplies lasts. Last month's did not make it for the full month of June. So that is a lot of fun. So we have, my friends and I are putting on an event. It's thestampinevent.com. You can register there. And it is Saturday, July 18th. And you'll make 16 handmade cards. And you'll get a baggie that looks a lot like this. And it has a number on it. And that number tells you what table to go to. And then you take everything out of that baggie and put the cards together. Now, the demonstrators are going to be walking around helping people if you have any questions. We do all the die cutting, most of it. We do a lot of everything's cut ready. All you have to do is just stamp and attach. So assemble. And then we also have a virtual event, and basically the same thing happens. You'll get a packet in the mail, 4 cards featuring designs from Heidi and 4 cards featuring designs from me. Now, that number 5 was actually one of the kits you would get for the virtual event. And so we do a Zoom on July 25th. And so thevirtualstampinevent.com is where you register, and we will play videos. And so that way, if I make a mistake, I can start over and not feel the pressure of going live when you have all those people watching you. So, unlike now, this is Facebook Live. I'm lucky. Judy, hi! I have 4 people watching me, so I still get nervous. But anyways, the virtual Stampin' event is Saturday, July 25th. So registration is going to end for both of these pretty soon. So get registered and have some fun. Now, if you register for the virtual event, and either A, you can't make it, or B, you can't do everything that same day, you're going to be sent those videos that we play so that you can go back in and stop and pause and rewind. So it's a lot of fun. All right, so today's card, we're going to be using the lovely arrangements. And this was from the January 2026 online exclusives. Now, the designer series paper is no longer available, and that was put on the last chance list. Now, I don't know if it sold out or not, but if it did not, you could still get it at a discount, but if it did, sorry. Okay, so we're going to just do kind of something very easy to recreate, and we're also going to use the Moody palette dots. I love these. I love the colors of what Stampin' Up! Chose would be the in color. This one here is Cloud Cover. This one is Old Olive, and this is also an in color, and that is the Secret Sea. And so we're going to be playing with those colors today. And like I said, this card's actually going to be very easy to duplicate. And I'm going to give you the measurements. All right. Now somebody's going to get a chance to win this card. And so this is a piece of vellum. It is a 3/4 square. This is 3 pieces. We have Cloud Cover, Secret Sea, Old Olive, and they are, that is not right. That is wrong. They are 3/4 by 4. Let's do that a little bit so you can't see that 3. I don't know what I was thinking. So we need 3 pieces of cardstock. Now, if you wanted to, you could certainly do this with designer series paper. I wanted to use cardstocks because these are actual scraps, and I love using scraps when I make cards. So we need 3, and they are 3/4 inch by 4. And then we need 2 pieces of basic white, and they are 2.5 by 2.5. And then we have a piece of basic white, which is 2 3/4 by 4. That's going to be our inside layer. And then we have a piece of basic white, 3 by 2.5. And then we have a piece of Cloud Cover, which is 8.5 by 5.5. And then I scored it at 4 1/4. So that is a full card base. Now, a lot of these white pieces are actually scrap, so leftovers from me cutting up basic white pieces that I need for the virtual event and for the in-person event. So I went intentionally into this card trying to use those scrap pieces up. I am just going to take a drink for a second here. All right. Okay, so let's take these off. So like I said, I've had this week off, and I am a night owl by, I don't know, I like to be up late at night, and I like to sleep in. So like today I woke up at, let's see, I would say 11:30, but I went to bed at 3:30 this morning. Got up at 11:30. Bert was sitting on my chest meowing at me loudly. I think he wanted attention. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to just take these off the side here. And then we are going to, might as well do that. They're in our hands. So we're just going to rip that. And then rip that one. And we're going to rip that one. Okay. And let me just see if they're about the same size, because I don't want them too much different. I want a little bit more of that one to go. There we go. Rip. There we go. Wrong way. I don't have fingernails. So I'm just going to go backwards and then flip it over. There we go. Now it's too short. Well, that is okay, because then I'll just rip this one a bit shorter, and that one will be a little bit longer. There, that'll work. I think I like these. Whoa, my phone just went. So I'm back. That was a very quick, whew. I'm like, don't do that to me. Okay, so let's stamp. We're going to use Secret C. And let's see here. Old Olive. And you guessed it, cloud cover. So we're going to take the flower, the big flower, and we're going to stamp the big flower right there. There we go. That turned out very nice. We're going to die cut that. And then we're going to take the okay. So we're going to take the leaf, and I'm just going to put that up there for just now. Whoa, that just stuck my finger into that. Okay, we're just going to wipe my finger off on my Simply Chamois. We'll put this back together in just a moment. So we're going to do the leaf. And we're just going to go tap, tap. And we're just going to stamp right in the center there. That looks very nice. We'll die cut that one out. And then we're going to stamp the greeting on the inside of the card. Hello, friend. That's going to go in Secret C. And then we're going to put that kind of right in this top part there. And then we're going to take the cloud cover, whoa, and we're going to just take that spot and just tap it on our stamp, and we're just going to turn this slightly. That's the inside of the card. And then we're going to actually stamp. We're going to move that. And what am I doing? Oh, yeah, I'm die cutting with that. Then we're going to take this flower, and we're just going to just kind of go off the edges a little bit. That's the inside of the card. Okay, so I think we are done stamping for now. We're going to come back to that one. We're going to close up our cloud cover for just a moment, because we'll be coming with a blending brush for that one. And then I put that together. This one has been through the ringer. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to grab a baby wipe because I need to clean off my fingers after putting that away, and I do not wish to have Old Olive on any parts of the card that should not have Old Olive on it. You know, because like I said, somebody's going to win this card and I want it to look good. Okay, so that is a very juicy baby wipe. Okay, now we're going to take all the stamps and just clean them off. Because they're photopolymer, I tend to wash my stamps off as I go, just because I don't like to leave the ink on my photopolymer stamps. I mean, they do, a lot of the colors actually do turn them, they dye the photopolymer a little bit, but it doesn't hurt the stamp, and you could still see through it, so I'm fine with that. Okay, so this piece, I'm going to grab that silicone craft sheet, just because I like to have something that catches all the extra bits that when I tend to be a little overzealous with my adhesive, that it helps me not get my Glass Mat Studio all inky. Alright, so we're going to take this piece here, and I don't know why I flipped it over. Didn't really need to, because it's the same all over. Okay, so I'm trying to do equidistant from the three areas. Okay, and then let's see, we're going to take this one, we're going to put that upside down, we're going to put that upside down, and that upside down, and we're going to grab our dimensionals, and we're going to get the people poker out. That's what I call this part, the people poker, because I am the people it pokes. And like I said, I really like using up my scraps, and when I do a lot of my card making, prepping for events, I try to do it I work with my wait, is that okay? I work with my scraps first, and then I go into my large sheets, and then I, the standard full size sheets, and then I cut them. So that way I am being strategic about my cardstock usage. Right, stab and grab these backings. Come on. And stop sticking your fingers in the dimensionals after the lids came off. Okay, you're not coming off. You're being a pain in the butt. But at least I do not have them all over my desk, because that bugs me. Okay, so we're going to put we're doing kind of a tone on tone, and we're just kind of eyeballing it. This is not going to be perfect, and I'm putting you on next because I don't want my fingers to be hitting you anymore, so knock it off. All right. So I've been watching stuff on Prime, and I've been watching a show, Jack Reacher. Oh my goodness, I really like that show. I read a lot of books, and the Jack Reacher is one of the stories that I like to read. Okay, I want to move this one over just a tad bit. Oh, thank you for the love there. Come on. So, the real reason why I stayed up until 3:30 this morning, not because I was prepping for the event, well, it's because I was, but I was watching I didn't want to stop watching it. So I looked at the clock, I'm like, okay, fine, it's 3:30, I should go to bed. And, okay, then I will put that in the middle a little bit more. I guess I should have started with the outside edges, but you know, it doesn't matter where you start. Okay, I like that. All right, let's grab the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. That has been getting some love. Oh my goodness. You know, when I design a card, I don't know what I do to myself when I have to go and make mass amounts until I am supposed to do something with it. I'm like, gosh darn it, Joy, what were you thinking? And obviously not was usually the answer. But that's okay. All right, so this is going to be I'm just going to use a little bit. I put my tape here. This is my Scotch tape. If you watch my videos, you know that I use the Scotch tape. I don't have a Amazon account, and so I don't use the Post-it tape that everybody else uses. I go to Walmart. Just because I go there a lot, like once a week, and get stuff. So I find that if I need some, I can get it when I want it. But it comes in a packet too. It is a paper tape. Now it is super sticky, so I do tend to go like this to it and get rid of the stickiness with my, you know, with your hands off your oil, you know, the oil off your hands. Okay. I think I got it. And then we're going to put this platform on top. This is the top one. And so we're just going to roll that right through. Okay. I've used this so much that today I was watching the Twins game, so I was doing my cutting here, but I do have a cutting station that I stand up. You know, it's about waist high. When I was doing the cutting for this, you know, for some of this, I was doing it, oops, I missed a piece. I was doing some standing up, some sitting down, just because I was, you know, I want to do stuff. I've basically been a hermit, and I haven't gone out of the house much. Mike and I did go on a day date. We went and watched a movie. We went to see Disclosure Day on Monday, just because he doesn't work, and I figured I needed to go get some of my prescriptions, and so I'm like, why don't we just go to a movie, which was across the street from Walgreens in Egan. And then I was like, we could go to breakfast and we could go to a movie. And then he picked the movie way out far away in Shakopee, the movie theater. And I'm like, well, he's like, well, let's just go there. I'm like, it's like driving to work. That's okay, though. It was a nice time. Okay, so now we are done die cutting for now. Okay, now we can put this card, the rest of the card together. And I'm going to grab the Stampin' Pearson mat again. And we're going to use the cloud cover. And we're just going to grab some cloud cover. We're going to start in the center. Just picking up some color, starting off in the center and working our way out. Okay. A little bit more down here. Okay, there we go. And so then we're going to take the bone folder. We're just going to kind of give it, I'm going to break the fibers a little bit, and we're just going to give that a little life to it. And then we're going to just take a little bit of that color. I guess I didn't leave a lot on there. It's actually a new brush. They come in a pack of 3. I just want a little bit of color on there. Just so that it's not, you know, stark white. And I'm just flipping it so that it's hitting. Ooh, I dusted the edge there. Oh well. That is okay. There. All right. Just a little bit of color, okay? So it doesn't just like pop white. That's a little bit of color there, but not a lot. All right, then we're going to close that up. Oops. And then we're going to take that bone folder again and do the same thing to the leaves. And I like to do it towards me because then I can kind of control the amount of pressure that I apply on there. I'm going to put my lid back on. Wait, no, I'm not. I'm going to grab what I wanted to do was grab these. Okay, so we're going to put the silicone craft sheet right here. So we're going to flip this over, and we're just going to kind of hit the edges. All right. There we go. Boing, boing. And that is going to go. I'm going to round those corners just a tad bit at the end there because I don't want them to be so, because we cut some of it off. May not be able to see all of this anyways, but I'm still going to do it just because that's just the way I am to finish it. Guess I should have done that before I put the adhesive on, but oh well, right? A little bit more rounded. There we go. So it's not so straight. Okay, so we're going to put that right there. Kind of centered in. And then we're going to take a dimensional. Now there is a right way to that flower. So look at the center of the flower and put that the right way. Okay. And then we're going to stick that like that under there. And we're going to put a dimensional right there as well. So there we go. And then we're going to take the greeting, sending smiles, and we're going to do that. Right there. Okay. We're going to close that up. And now we're going to grab, let's see, where did it go? Right here. Okay, so we're going to use those colors. I used the colors off the embellishments to tell me what colors to use for my cardstock. So we're going to take this one here, and that's going to go right down there, and then we're going to take this one and we're going to put that right there. Come on, let go. There we go. And then we're going to do the little guy right up here next to that leaf. So we created that triangle. And now normally for me, I would like that dark color down here, but because I used the Secret C here, I didn't want this dot to be Secret C, so I put that up there. And this one here, I didn't want to, I wanted to make it so that the dots were specific, so you could see them, so they weren't sunken in. So now we are going to grab our Wink of Stella, give it a good shake, 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 and we're going to put that silicone craft sheet away. And we're going to color the center, and then we're going to do the lines with the Wink of Stella. Okay, there we go. And let's do the flowers on the inside. Now I'm just going to kind of just clean my tip a little bit. And we're going to just go grab the center of the Wink of Stella in there, but we didn't want to make sure we stayed away from the Secret C so that it wouldn't bleed. So there we go. I told you it was going to be a simple card, but easy to recreate. And sometimes when you're doing something and you just need one of those cards that doesn't take all that time to design like a normal joy card. So if you, oh, Tina, hi, welcome. So saw you in the beginning, but I want to say thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight, which is Thursday, and I'm going to go back to prepping. So let me show you. Here is an in-person card. So here's a flyby, and that is featuring the Moonlit Flora Suite, and that's the one I'm working on right now. So if you've been following me on Instagram and maybe Facebook, you've been seeing all my posts. And then here's a flyby of one of the one of the cards that we're going to be doing for the virtual event. So registration is open now, but I'm sure it is going to close really soon. And so if you want to get a chance to win this card, so all you need to do is a thumbs up or a heart. It's a bad heart. There you go. And then you get entered into the drawing for that. If you leave a comment, your name also gets in the drawing. And then if you share this on your timeline, you get 2 drawings. Now I'm just going to put a plug in for last week's Facebook Live. I did for my 500, so I did 2 cards that are fun folds. So the first one I did, it's a kitty cat, and thank you, Judy. And there's one. So, and then there's the inside of the card. And then I did the puppy dogs. And so if you watch my Facebook Lives, you get a chance to win that card for that presentation. Now, for my 500th Facebook Live, I did 2 cards, so I'm going to have 2 winners. But anybody who shares that video is going to go into a drawing to win these dewdrop embellishments. So anybody who shares the 500th video while the video is on, or the replay for the 30 days, then I'm going to put all those names in, and I'm going to send them a drawing, a prize for sharing my 500th video. So that is just a little plug for my 500th. This is 501. So as you could see, those were more intricate, and this is a little bit more scaled back, so easy to recreate. So guys, thank you very much. Thank you, Judy, very much. I will be back on Sunday after 5 o'clock. So thank you for hanging out with me. Sorry I was a little late, like I said. It took me longer to eat dinner than I thought it would, and to change my shirt for for the live and get ready for that. So sorry guys. Take care. Have a great rest of your weekend, because mine is here. And, it is Thursday, so it's it's beginning of Friday, which is, starting on the weekend. So take care, guys. See you on Sunday, and happy stamping.